Good evening again, and thank you for joining us for Friends of the Chicago River's 2020 annual meeting. It's so wonderful to see so many old friends and new faces. So a year ago tonight, I had the good fortune to be in Brisbane, Australia, to represent us as one of the 3 finalists for the Tees International River Prize at the International River Symposium. It was a profound experience to meet people from all over the world who work to rejuvenate our waterways, demonstrating such a commitment and creativity to undoing the harm of the past while building resiliency and hope for the future. The fires that followed, devastating the wildlife and the landscape there, served to strengthen our resolve, proving how important this work is and how much the world is in it together. It was a message made much louder this spring, as the need for nature was amplified as we began to adapt to the world and pandemic. It has been a challenging year, but we have also much to celebrate. To achieve our goals at Friends of the Chicago River, we work through 3 program areas. They include education and outreach programs to foster awareness, involvement, and a stewardship ethic. On-the-ground projects that physically improve the river and demonstrate what can be done. And of course, public policy and planning initiatives that result in long-term systemic improvements. We are committed to attaining our goals through collaboration and partner with government, nonprofits, corporations, volunteers, and community groups to get our work done. To start with, over the last year, our education and outreach programs were still able to reach thousands of people, including through the Chicago River Schools Network, which has impacted over 450,000 students since 1996 when it was founded. As part of the Chicago River Schools Network, in February, we held the Chicago River Student Congress, where 495 students, teachers, and elected officials from across the watershed came together at Von Steuben High School to learn to teach each other about the river and its health. While we are refraining from doing group activities, we have developed a distance learning program that is available to teachers for free. So if you go to chicagoriver.org, there's a lot of really good information to find there. And then the Chicago River Schools Network is one of Friends' most diverse and inclusive programs and aligns with current next generation science standards. This year, our McCormick Bridge House and Chicago River Museum honored the 100th anniversary of the DuSable Bridge on Michigan Avenue through a cultural celebration with appearances by Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot and Chicago's cultural historian Tim Samuelson. The live event and follow-up YouTube videos reached over 2,800 people. The museum also celebrated its grand reopening this summer with a ribbon cutting and a press event promoting new exhibits that reflect the progress made since we opened the museum in 2006. They highlight the most pressing river-related issues as well, the things that we are working to deal with today, like climate change and still water quality, like Sally mentioned. The museum is open Thursdays through Saturdays through the end of this month, so it's not too late to go. Our Overflow Action Day alerts continue to be a valuable tool for communicating the importance of working together to reduce combined sewer overflows into the water. By conserving water before, during, and after rain events and implementing best management practices such as planting native grasses and flowers, we can make a difference. Continuing to grow, right now, the program has over 1,300 email recipients, complemented by our 17,000 social media followers, which is up from 13,700 at this time last year, an increase of almost 25%. This work has become more important than ever, as May 2020 was the wettest May on record, which caused over 50 combined sewer overflows, driving sewage and other pollution to the water. Finally, through our annual Chicago River Day, a one-day cleanup and restoration event that has taken place the second Saturday of May since 1992, we still had impact on the river this year. When it became clear that the 2,000-person 65-site event was impossible, we pivoted to the My Chicago River Day Summer Challenge and invited people to commit to a summer-long effort to collect trash in their neighborhoods or along the river, and to join us for a series of Saturday morning presentations about the river and its health. Over the next several months, 19 volunteers reported collecting 1,900 pounds of trash, and 24 people signed up for the lectures. So not only was it a success, we're also going to do it again next year. Surely the highlight of 2020 and the on-the-ground restoration season was the successful fledging of 2 osprey chicks at one of the 80-foot tall nesting platforms we installed, this one at the Beaubien Woods boat launch. We are thrilled to play a role in assisting this once endangered species, which is making a comeback in Illinois. And some of us were actually lucky enough to be on hand with data collection at other sites in the forest preserves with forest preserve staff to help them band and collect other data on osprey chicks. So you can see Maggie and I in the corner holding osprey. It was pretty amazing. In 2020, Friends continued our landscape scale restoration projects, adding 26 acres to the thousands we have cleared to improve habitat, public access, and stormwater infiltration, increasing the amount of stormwater collected by an additional 1.1 million gallons every single time there's a 1 inch per 1 hour rain event. One of the target species for these restoration efforts is turtles, and our efforts to clear the land of invasive plants increase their nesting success on those properties by 60%. To ensure that we are having the impact on the plant communities that we intend, Friends conducts an annual natural areas assessment. Native plants are the foundation of a healthy ecosystem and provide a wide array of benefits to support native wildlife and improve water quality. Our survey this year found that average native plant coverage has increased to nearly 70% at 14 targeted work sites, impacting over 400 acres, the highest percentage total since monitoring started in 2016, when the average was just 46%. But last, and hardly least, our Litter-Free Chicago River campaign expanded to include the South Branch and Little Calumet River on Chicago's far south side, and we started to hold canoe and cleans there. During these events, volunteers remove litter directly from the river from canoes and kayaks. And wonderfully, they are wildly popular. Once again, they all sold out this year and will continue to through the fall. On the public policy and planning front, where our work, sorry about that. On the public policy and planning front, where our work results in long-term systemic, solutions, we're measuring success with the travels of one largemouth bass. I apologize, the slides keep moving. MWRD biologists tagged the bass at the south end of Goose Island in Chicago, and 7 months later, it was captured and released just below the Skokie Lagoons, a 30-mile trek upstream made possible by the removal of the North Branch Dam and the Winnetka Road Dam, both a result of our dam removal campaign that we launched in 2002 with the Illinois Department of Natural Resources. This summer, we completed a wildlife conservation and landscape restoration framework, which is the first phase of Friends' River Recovery and Conservation Plan, a tool that will enable us to realize our vision of the river as a healthy blue-green corridor of natural open space that benefits people, wildlife, and water quality. This fall, we will start planning charrettes that will lead to wildlife action plans. And so far, the Chicago Audubon Society, Illinois Department of Natural Resources, and the Urban Wildlife Institute have signed on as full partners, and additional 17 organizations have committed to participate in the charrettes. And excitingly, this summer, Friends also launched the Chicago River Watershed Council to develop a watershed-based approach to managing stormwater using nature-based solutions. 13 partners have signed on, including the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning, Chicago Park District, the City of Chicago, the Forest Preserves of Cook County, Lake County Stormwater Management Commission, and the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District, as well as nonprofit partners and Arcadis, who is providing in-kind expertise, technical support, and research. The Chicago River Watershed Council efforts will improve water quality, protect, expand, and restore natural areas, increase access to open space, and improve regional resiliency, benefiting people, water, and again, wildlife through an environmental equity lens. A few more highlights from last year and this year include, in March 2020, Friends of the Chicago River was awarded the 2019 John Muir Conservation Habitat Restoration Award for nonprofits for outstanding achievement promoting environmental protection and advancement of conservation. Last night, we received the Clearwater Award from the Waterfront Center in recognition of Chicago River Day. And tomorrow night, we will receive an award from the United Nations Association Greater Chicago Chapter for extraordinary leadership and efforts in support of the United Nations Global Goal number 14, Life Below Water. It is one of 17 Sustainable Development Goals from the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, which was adopted by world leaders in September 2015. The goals serve as guideposts to end all forms of poverty, fight inequalities, tackle climate change, and to ensure that no one is left behind. We are extraordinarily honored to have been nominated and we look forward to receiving the award tomorrow night. But of course, none of this would be possible without our terrific team. So this is pictures of all of our staff, and I couldn't be more proud to work with all of you. And I thank them, I thank you, and it's more important now to act than it has ever been.